Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all good? I hope so. Y'all, let's get into this recap of His and Hers over there on Netflix. If you haven't watched it, go ahead and like the video, go watch it, and then come back because this is a recap. That means I'm telling you what's going to happen. All right, so let's get into it. So when the show opens, you see this woman laying on top of a car in the woods. She's deceased. Then the scene cuts to this other woman in a hoodie going into her apartment. She's breathing fast, goes straight to the fridge for a drink. You notice that one side of her face is swollen. And then she starts putting off this paper and stuff in a big black trash bag and she takes it out to the dumpster. Then there's someone narrating who says there are at least two sides to every story, yours and mine's, ours and theirs, his and hers, which means someone is always lying. Now, over at this other house, you see a man laying in the bed, and this little girl comes in pretending to be a cat. She was trying to wake him up. Then he jumps up playfully, and she tells him that it's time for breakfast. He gets up. There's a lady downstairs with the little girl. Come to find out, his name is Jack, and he's living with his sister and her daughter. He gets the little girl some strawberries, and his sister notices a smell on him, and she's like, "That's weird that you smell good because you don't usually smell like this." So she gives him a little side eye. Now, I don't know what's up with the sister, but you could tell that she's been through a lot in life. He pulls up at the station, and his partner Priya brings him some coffee. And that's when she lets him know that a body has been found. He didn't know any of this because his phone was out of power. So Anna, she's at the dentist. That's the lady's name who we saw in the hoodie going into the apartment. So she's over at the dentist. She's scrolling through social media and sees everyone talking about this body that has been found in the woods. So Jack and Priya, they're headed over to that location. Priya says they don't have a name for the person who found the body because they want it to be anonymous. They make it to the crime scene, and Jack has this look on his face that's giving either the car looks familiar or he's dreading this whole case altogether. Next, we see Anna. She's going to the news station. She runs into this lady named Lexi. Lexi was surprised to see Anna, but she told her that she was happy that she was back. Anna learns that her boss gave her job away to Lexi, and the reason he gave it away is because Anna, she had been gone for over a year, and the reason she was gone is because she lost a child. She just up and left without saying anything. But she wants her job back, and she said that she was willing to work her way back up to the top. As they were talking, a notification comes through on her boss's computer, and she says that, hey, yeah, that's about a body that was found in Dahlonega. And since she doesn't have her lead anchor position anymore, she told her boss to let her go down to Dahlonega as a field reporter. He doesn't think it's a big deal because they get reports of a body every day, and she was like, yeah, in Atlanta, but not Dahlonega. She said she was raised there, and the people will talk to her, especially with it being a deceased white woman. He asked her how did she know the person was white. She said, trust me, in Dahlonega, she's white. He finally agrees, but he tells her that it could be nothing. And she says, if it's nothing, I'll bounce. So he asked her who did she want as her camera guy. She said Richard. Now that's her being petty because Richard is Lexi's husband. So he tells her she can do it, and now she's on her way to the crime scene. So while Jack them over there, Jack notices that on the lady's nails it says Two-Faced, and it looked as if her nails were freshly cut. Jack told the other cops to make sure they keep their mouth closed about who this woman was. He wanted to be the one to tell the husband, and he wanted them to find her phone, and when found, he instructed them to bring the phone directly to him. As the investigators were doing their job, they came across some footprints, and Priya came across some boot prints. Now, at that time, Anna has pulled up. She went over and introduced herself to Richard and everything. Now, here come a ton of news reporters. They got questions. They want to know what's going on. So he sends Priya over there to get them under control. It ain't working. Priya she too light when she talk. So Jack walks up to help her, get them under control and send them over there to the designated area that they have for reporters. He let them know everything that they have learned up to that point. When he starts to walk off, Anna yells out, Detective Harper, is it true that you knew her? He turns around and looked because once he heard the voice, you could tell he knew who it was. But he just turned around and looked at her. He didn't ask her or anything. He just stared at her. And Priya was looking like, who is that and what's up with her? So Jack was like, a reporter gonna be a reporter. But now he's distracted. So he tells Priya to catch a ride back with somebody else because he needs to go handle something. So after they finish getting their footage, Anna and Richard they go have lunch. As they're talking, Jack is sitting outside of the restaurant watching them, and you can tell that Anna saw him. Now Richard and Anna they go back to the hotel, baby, and they getting it in. So Jack he comes to the hotel, finds out what room they in. He go up there beating on the door. She tell the dude don't stop. So by the time she get up to answer the door, Jack is gone. Now she puts her clothes back on. And I'm like, girl, you ain't washed nothing. What are you doing? So, baby, she put her clothes back on. She reports in to her boss to let him know what they've learned so far. Then we see her pull up at this house, and it's her childhood home. She hasn't been there in a minute. Remember, she left over a year ago. Her mom is sitting in the chair, and I thought the woman had gone on to glory, but she was just sleeping. She was so happy to see Anna. Then the next thing we know, here come Jack. The mom was like, hey, Jack, how you doing? You want some coffee? And Anna's like, he don't want nothing to drink. He finna go. So he just come right in, start picking up the trash, tying the bag up and everything. So you can tell that he stops by to check on the mom a lot. Jack wanted to know why would Anna call him out like that in the forest. She was like, I know the woman was murdered, so just tell me who it was. He didn't want to say who it was at first, and then he tells her that it was Rachel Hopkins. And he made Anna promise that she won't say anything. So as they were talking, her mom walks in and asks Jack, when did he get there? Anna says, Mom, you just saw him. And her mom was like, when? I just came in here so I can make some coffee. And Anna's looking like, what the heck is going on? So Jack, like, throws his head at Anna, so telling her, let's go out on the porch. So they go sit out on the porch, and Jack tells Anna that they found her mom walking down the middle of the road with no clothes on one morning around 3. He said that her dementia was getting worse. So they're talking. They end up getting into a little argument. Anna walks off, leaving Jack sitting on the porch. And then she goes up to her room and she sees her mom. Her mom is fixing her bed, telling her that, I'm going to fix your bed just in case you want to stay here. But then her mom remembers, oh, I was about to put some towels in the dryer. So she walks out. Anna looks over to her closet and she sees a yellow dress. And when she looks down, there's a box on the floor. She picks the box up, looks through it, and it has like tapes, memorabilia, and old recorder, little things like that in it. Then the scene goes over to the coroner. Priya is already there. The coroner tells them that the lady was stuck in the chest 40 times. Her fingernails were cut post-mortem. The coroner says that they also found semen, and she feels like it was possible that it belonged to the suspect. She told them that she would need some DNA samples from the both of them to rule them out. Now back over at the house, Anna is looking at a video from her 16th birthday. She only watches a little bit of it before slamming the camera shut. And as she was rummaging through the box, the scene goes back over to the coroner, who finds a friendship bracelet tied around the lady's tongue. And at the same time, Anna is pulling the same kind of friendship bracelet from the bottom of the box. Jack and Priya, they done pulled up on the husband's house ringing the doorbell, but he look out the window, he answered no door. So Jack goes home, and his sister was watching the news. And that's when Jack notices that the little girl had her soccer bag packed just like he asked her to do that morning, because he said he was going to take her to practice, because for some reason the mama had somebody to hang out with. So he was disappointed in himself because he didn't make it to take her to her practice like he said. He didn't want to disappoint her. But now he's disappointed himself because he did. So Anna, she went live at 6 and let it be known that the deceased body. Now Anna, she went live at 6 and she let it be known that the deceased. Now Anna, she went live at 6 and she let it be known that the deceased body belonged to Rachel. Now Jack is pissed because he told her not to say anything. When Anna looks back at the car, she's having a flashback, and she was the woman in the hoodie. She has a flashback from that night, and when she looked back, she saw Jack's truck, and Jack is in the back of the truck with Rachel, face down, tail up, with Jack putting in that work. And that was the end of the first episode.